Your first order on Fiverr, congratulations. This literally could be the start of something that changes your life, which for me, it did. But if you're a new seller and you've never gone through the process before, the actual idea of what everything looks like, what buttons you need to click, what the order of events is, for your first order can be a little bit overwhelming. Plus, I'd say that Fiverr just has a lot of tools and features and intricacies that are pretty overwhelming in general if this is your first time selling on the platform. So in this video, I will walk you through all of the steps that you need to know for managing your first order on Fiverr and making sure that this looks like you know what you're doing, it feels like you're in control, and your client is totally satisfied at the end. Hey, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the very first time. All around, welcome. I'm Carrieblogger, a career freelancer on Fiverr.com, where I've been selling as a Fiverr Pro verified copywriter for about the past 9 years. And in today's video, like I said, I'm walking you through everything you need to know for a successful journey on your first order on Fiverr. Of course, if you haven't received your first order yet, and that's your biggest first hurdle, definitely check out the other videos I've got on my channel. There are so much free content out there for you, and especially this one right here. I will also have that linked in the description for you as well. But before we get into that, we have to announce this week's Blogger of the Week. And if you'd like to be the Blogger of the Week, just like Daddy Diesel, all you have to do is drop a comment down below and you might get picked. All right, there are basically 4 ways that you can get a buyer to order from you on Fiverr. One of them is buyer requests, which I'm honestly not going to talk about in this video because, as I mentioned in other videos, it's mostly a cesspool. I really don't recommend you put a lot of your energy into it, and ultimately it comes down to being like this next one, which is a custom offer. Custom offers we will definitely talk about, and that is when you create, like it sounds, a custom offer, a unique package that specifically matches your buyer's request. The third is that they order directly off your gig page. When you have a gig, you have basic, standard, and premium packages, and those are designed to be like pre-made, just off the shelf, off the rack, ready to go packages that will fit the needs of most projects. And the fourth is a new one that I also will not be talking about because I have yet to experience it, and that is the brief matching. I don't know if this is a beta program. I honestly don't know if it's available to everyone, but I'm currently on maternity leave and I've heard some rumblings about it, but because I'm not actually accepting orders from the masses of clients, I have yet to experience this tool. So definitely wait for another video about that one down the road. Like I said, we're going to talk about custom offers and buying through your gig page directly in today's video. Let's start with custom offers. This process happens in the inbox first. So in this case, the buyer will have messaged you and likely said, hey, I'm really interested in working with you, but it doesn't look like any of those packages that you offer match what I need. Can you help with X, Y, and Z? And if it's a good fit, you'll say absolutely. You've already discussed the project, you've confirmed the price and everything like that, and you're just gonna send them an offer to accept. This is essentially like sending them an invoice. The first step is to select the gig that the custom offer is going to run through, so it is important that it still matches the general suite of services that you offer. It shouldn't be so out of left field that you don't literally offer it to the public. Then you're going to create a short description of your custom offer, set your price, set any gig extras, revisions, whatever. You'll also choose the delivery period, and it's optional, but I super recommend setting an expiration date. This is helpful for 2 reasons. Number 1 is that it might encourage your buyer to move a little faster, not to just let it sit forever. If they see that it expires in 3 days, which is how I always set mine, maybe they'll get a move on. And the second reason is that you don't want a custom offer to just be sitting in someone's inbox. It has happened in the past that someone will come back to me months down the road and accept that custom offer, even though my prices have changed, what I offer has changed, but lo and behold, because I didn't set that to expire, the offer technically still existed. That's a little bit of a headache. If the buyer purchased through your gig page, all of that step is skipped. They just went straight to the package, they went straight to purchasing, and you're gonna catch up at this next stage. But do note that it is really, really common for buyers to message you in the inbox just to ask questions or to confirm that everything's good, even if they do go directly to order a package on your gig page. Either way, now you have reached the point where the client has paid and they've picked their service. Fiverr is holding their money like an escrow system, so you won't actually have access to the funds until 2 weeks, I think, after the order is completed. It depends a little bit on your seller level, which is why I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, because it depends. You will also notice at this stage that the delivery timer has not started yet. Just because they've paid doesn't mean that you're ready to start work. They need to provide the information for you so that you can do a great job. But side note, if you created a custom offer, there was a little checkbox box that you could have chosen that would not require your client to fill in your order requirements questionnaire. Basically, if you've already got all the details covered in the inbox message you had previously and you don't want to have them repeat themselves, then you could have just gone straight to the work side of things. And if you talked about everything in the inbox, you've already got all the details sorted, but you forgot to check that little box, or maybe you just didn't know about it, wasn't sure what it did, that's okay. In the actual order form itself, before the client has filled in the requirements, if you have it all sorted, if you don't have any questions, you are ready to go immediately after they pay, then you can just click this little link and that will just override it and manually start the timer. So just because you didn't choose that setting in your custom offer doesn't mean that you're stuck. I will say the most common way that this process goes is that after the client pays, the order is stuck in a little bit of a limbo, a little bit of waiting period while you're going to get the order requirements from them. And this is the questionnaire, the requirements that you set up when you created your gig. Keep in mind that you can and should edit those requirements over time depending on the kinds of problems you have with buyers, the follow-up questions you constantly have to answer, the information that people don't intuitively think to send you, all of those things. So definitely hone those requirements over time. And while we're on the subject, go ahead and check out this video right here for more information about my personal tips on getting the best, most clear, problem-free brief from your client. So at this stage, let's say that the buyer hasn't filled in their requirements. First of all, give them a little time. It might take them a while to fill in that questionnaire. They might have to gather some information and just go over things. Maybe they're working on a team and they have to wait for someone else's approval. So don't be pushy, but keep in mind that after 3 days or so, it would definitely be a good idea to check in with them and see what's going on. You can use Fiverr's little button to actually notify them and say, hey, I need you to continue this process to provide those requirements for me so I can start the work. Or you can just send them a message saying that. And I definitely recommend talking about everything in the order form at this point and not the inbox, even if your conversation started there, because lots of buyers on Fiverr just have a hard time, not lots, some have a hard time navigating the technology and finding the order form itself. If they're not tech savvy, that can be a struggle. So just by messaging them in the order form, they will open your message in the order form and are so much more likely to see, answer, and submit the order requirements, again, in the order form. And check out this video right here for more tips and information about what to do if a client just disappears on you, is ghosting you, and you can't get them to reply. These tips will help you get answers. Okay, we're getting to the good stuff. Now, they have submitted the questionnaire, they have sent the requirements. You're going to see a notification from Fiverr to that extent saying it to you, and you will also notice that now the delivery timer has started. So whatever timeline you promised with this package, whether it was a pre-made package on your gig page or a custom offer that you sent them individually, this is the total amount of time by the end of which everything should be wrapped up. Everything should be delivered perfectly, including revisions, including any extras, and it all needs to be done because that, again, is what you promised. And in my mind, you need to overpromise. So I always deliver about a day and a half early is my goal. And by doing so, you get rid of any of the last minute stress, you get rid of any unknowns, and you deliver a better product for your client. Right away, you're gonna read through all of the requirements that they send to you, make sure that you have everything you need to know. If you don't, you're gonna ask follow-up questions now. Again, check out this video for more information about what to do if you have follow-up questions that you need help with. And even if you don't, you're going to send a message to them, again, in the order form saying, hey, I got your order, I've seen it, I'm ready to go, I don't have any questions, and then reconfirm the delivery period. The buyer can see the date that the order is supposed to be delivered on their side, but I always think it's a better idea to just reconfirm, just remind them, otherwise it's not uncommon that they will be pestering you, every day saying, hey, just wanted to check in. Hey, have you started? Hey, when can I get this? Because not everyone reads everything. The timer is ticking down. You go straight to your desk or wherever you got to do the work. You plug away and you get it done. Congrats, that's awesome. That's exciting. That's the best part of the job. And then you deliver. Easy peasy. Clients can respond in a couple different ways. The first is to say nothing. And if they do, that's fine. The order will autocomplete 3 days after delivery. So if that happens and they just, happily download, maybe they never log in again, it happens. that's fine. They also might log in, see it, and mark the order as complete, but not leave a review. That's also okay. Not everyone leaves a review, and you should never expect or push or coerce for that. Sometimes they do mark the order as complete and leave a review. That's the best of both worlds. And check out this video for more tips on how to get more positive reviews and increase the rate of those successful reviews that clients leave. Not only that, but just better quality feedback as well. Okay, but they also might request a revision. And in this case, it's up to you to do. Check out this video to open the whole can of worms about revisions and that whole thing. We're not going to get into it in this video. Another quick note about the delivery process really quick before we wrap up this video is to note that there is a feature called Live Portfolio on your gigs. And this allows a sample of the delivery you sent to be shown in the little carousel of gig pictures along with the client's feedback, only if they choose. So the first thing to note is that you have the option to add an attachment to your order that could then go into your live portfolio. The client also has the option to accept or decline if it goes in the live portfolio. Again, don't push, don't coerce. Many buyers don't want a public sample of their delivery to be shown, even with a Fiverr watermark. And if you're not seeing the live portfolio option in the delivery box, then you're just gonna have to go up to the gig section and choose it from your dropdown. So if you're not seeing it, it's just because it's not turned on. And finally, check out this video with a ton of hidden features and helpful tools that you might be missing on Fiverr. Geez, that was a lot. But I promise it's really not that bad. And once you get used to the workflow, it really does flow pretty seamlessly. Make sure that you're using the app on your phone so that you have some, timely updates and access to just send off a quick message right away. But there are also features that you can only access on desktop. So if you're planning to manage your entire Fiverr work life exclusively on a mobile device, that's not gonna work. If you're still watching, you're my actual hero. Thank you so much for being here. Comment and say, I don't know, step 3 is my favorite. Something random that will make people wonder why the heck so many people love step 3 in the comments. Go ahead and do that for me right now. Also, make sure to check out the pinned comment and the descriptions down below for lots of links to other stuff I've got going on, including business consulting, a copywriting course, links to my favorite work from home products, all that good stuff. And you know it, you are worth so much more than your workload. Let's get back to work.